Gosh. Oh. Hey guys. Yeah, I'm out in the kitchen right now. Don't mind my counter. I had to move some things so it looks messy. I just redid my hair. I've not had time to deal with things out here. Just got to put some things away. I'm gonna get some some little totes to organize, like my essential oils and that kind of thing. Trying to pull my hair back. Decided to start out in the kitchen because I'm still in the process of making the pasta and egg salad. It's been a crazy last couple of days. I've been so tired these last couple of days. Um, I do have some videos planned out for this today. I haven't even done our breakfast yet. It's like almost 11. Typical morning. But I had to take a bath. I redid my hair, had to take a bath. So I had all that going on. I was trying to get done before 10:30 and just didn't work out. Not too late. Gotta get water on the stove for my pasta, for the salad. I'm actually tempted to just wait to eat until that's done. Give me a second and I'll get something going. We will go back in the living room. I only have an hour and 25 minutes of battery because that battery and that computer's screwed. And it's my fault. It's no one else's fault but mine. I kind of messed up last night. I ended up taking us to Wendy's to get something to eat because it was late. I did not want to cook last night. Me and Scott both went to the class, which turned out very good, and I'm really enjoying that class. I get the water on the stove for the pasta. Like I literally just brought this out here, but well, okay. I do have to make the dressing for this, but honestly, I think what I might do. First of all, hope everybody's doing all right. I'm gonna get this out there real quick. Of course it did. See if we can share it this way. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to share it like this or not. I got everything going on with my computer right now because it hasn't been on in a few days. Still have not gotten that other video uploaded. I'll just share it to people on my other phone. Or on my phone. Alright, sorry about that, guys. All right. I don't know if anybody's going to end up being in the house, but we'll see. Some people might not have even realized I was going to do a live. I did do the short last night. Yes, I had, like I said, I took us to Wendy's last night. We're going to just get right into this. The only reason I decided not to wait, first I was going to do the live Tuesday, and then I was just so tired. Like, it's just been, yeah. Really?
And he
Okay. Oscar to Doug and Stacy.
what it is becoming clear. And here we
Did they take down that video? Huh. Okay, hold on, guys. Can't find one of the videos I have written down.
Western Kansas, prompting mandatory evacuations in rural towns including Englewood, Ashland, and Tyrone.
All right, everybody loves a good conspiracy, so I'm going to.
This is what I was.
Just make your conclusions, right? I'm just here to present you with the information. We were outside building on the outdoor kitchen. I thought
So
I'd
this
take a break real
is,
quick to discuss about these fires.
Let's connect some dots. Here's what I found.
Oklahoma, Texas, and
Has to do with the wildfires. There was another one I think they made him take down.
Particularly dry conditions and unseasonably warm temperatures
Nice.
fueled an explosive outbreak of wildfires across the southwestern United States, particularly in the Great Plains region. Thick plumes of smoke rose dramatically over multiple states as fast-moving blazes threatened communities and infrastructure. The most significant incident, designated the Ranger Road Fire, originated in Beaver County, Oklahoma, and rapidly expanded from approximately 15,000 acres in the early afternoon to an estimated 145,000 acres, or in some reports exceeding 155,000 acres within hours. Driven by relentless winds, the fire crossed state lines into southwestern Kansas, prompting mandatory evacuations in rural towns including Englewood, Ashland, and Tyrone. Additional evacuations were ordered in parts of Woodward, Oklahoma, affecting thousands of residents. Local footage captured by affiliates such as KOCO showed towering columns of smoke near Woodward, Oklahoma, with flames advancing through grasslands and threatening structures. Numerous outbuildings have been reported destroyed, and at least 4 firefighters.
I'm gonna go ahead and share this.
Blazes.
This has to do with the wildfires going on.
5,000 acres. And I thought to myself, it's very interesting that all these fires would pop off at once. And then I started thinking about the date on which they started popping off, the 17th. Now, did you guys know that we had a lunar eclipse called the Ring of Fire? Check this out.
Okay, I'm gonna share this and get this out there so people know that it's on.
seriously, my hearts and prayers are with all the people being affected by this stuff, but we got to kind of read between the lines. Okay. I don't think that this is any kind of just accident. It's not some climate related thing. It didn't just happen. Okay. I find it very interesting. Also, there's a large storm moving through the Midwest. And somehow I think that smoke and all that char and the smoke in the air gets in there with the chemtrail stuff, strictly a conspiracy theory video. And then it's going to be moving over the Midwest and into the Great Plains. And that's going to cause a lot of tornadoes. They're already calling for hail, very strong winds and everything else. So we'll see how that plays out. Footage I'm about to show you is of a farmer who is trying to save his cattle. There's a lot of cattle that require and use that land that's being burned, 145,000 acres.
Really? Right, we'll just do it this way then. Sorry, Facebook was being stupid. Again, I'm trying to share this. My phone will quit being stupid.
I think it's no coincidence that the eclipse was called the Ring of Fire. Okay. On the 17th, I'm not sure if you know this or not, 6 elements of the year of the fire horse. February 17, 2026 to February 5th, 2027. Fire. Passion intensifies. What once flickered now blazes. Your inner spark will not be ignored. I just find this very interesting. Movement. Energy surges forward. Delays dissolve. And once circled aimlessly, now finds clear direction. Courage. Boldness rises naturally. You speak sooner, you act decisively, you trust yourself deeply. Freedom. Restrictions loosen, old roles fall away. You choose expansion over obligation.
Okay, well, we were at 306 last night. We're down to 305. So YouTube is playing around again. That's the reason I keep saying keep an eye on your subscribers.
Rebirth. Reinvention becomes inevitable. A stronger version of you emerges, untamed, unapologetic.
Because I feel naked.
So I just wanted to put all this together for you guys, connect some dots for you. It just could be nothing. I could just be making it up, reading into it. Let me know down in the comments what you think after I presented with this information about the Ring of Fire eclipse, the fire horse, and not to mention how the farmland is going to be affected going forward. 145,000 acres
cutting up some pickles,
on play.
making the dressing for my salad.
Videos coming up for you guys.
I haven't had anything today except for have my yogurt.
Never heard of this stuff.
And my Slim Fast. That's all I've had.
Ring of Fire eclipse on February 17th. Plus, you have the year of the fire horse ushered in on the 17th, and all these fire.
My hair actually looks pretty decent.
I just find that very interesting. Share this video with your friends. We'll see you guys on the next video. Stay vigilant out there. Remember, the most capable hand
is at the end of your wrist. Okay, we're not gonna do those. All right, so we're gonna go back to full spectrum and hit up say China moving naval. I think I went back to the dog. I guess. Wait, 7 days.
Yes.
Okay, I think this was it. Come on. I think this is it. If it comes up.
Breaking news, this is what we have to watch out for. Mexico's security posture just changed. Mexico is undergoing a meaningful shift.
Okay, there we go.
Washington is not just observing the change.
World War, China
Washington
is
is
moving naval ships. Iran is not in the target, and get ready.
Between Mexico and America, because if they don't, there's going to
We're
be
working on it.
of these programs and acceptance of bordering countries. But if Mexico does not fall in line with America, Donald Trump has warned them what will come. In a recent maritime
We keep
operation,
praying
the
that
Mexican Navy,
we
United
can
States Southern Command,
stay on top
They
of
just
things and
experienced a record amount of
get what we
cocaine.
need to do done and
They are operating together in a
get the
symbolic
things
and
ready that
a
we need to get
demonstrative
ready.
alignment with U.S. Western Hemisphere security priorities. The approval of a SEAL team inside of Mexico has been described by the military as an exercise that was unanimously authorized by the Marina-controlled Senate. There's a presentation of a routine cooperation. But what
As soon as
we're
I
actually
get
seeing
this
is an
cooking,
interoperable
I know I don't
military
leave it on the
cooperation
burner. I
between
take it off the
Mexico and
burner and
American
put covers
forces.
on it.
There's a
I'm gonna
mobilization
start
that
working
is
on my
happening.
pickles,
There's proximal.
and then when that's done, I'll check the
Political
pasta
The Senate
again.
appears to be applying a very compartmentalized strategy. There's public messaging that's being sent out there. There's private channels that are authorizing deeper military movements and deeper military cooperation.
Yeah, keep an eye on your subscriptions, you guys,
right now
because people,
A broader
YouTube does
perspective for what
unsubscribe
we
me.
are seeing. The United States of America is
We had
focused on
306 last night. I know, that's awesome.
national security.
But YouTube unsubscribed someone, and I'm just gonna say YouTube because
They will see.
most people just don't go through their
They've seen it
YouTube and unsubscribe. Like, most people just don't care.
Consolidated influencer across security installations in Mexico. From Washington, there's a representation of enforceability. We see intelligence, we see movement. There's an internal evolution. Factions are beginning to align with nationalist views. This is huge for Trump. There's a perception that there's a fragmentation taking place between party figures. At the beginning of this, we see Mexico shifting. But what we might see is Mexico might turn on us. And Mexico might go for Russia or China. So we are watching this very, very closely.
I've got to cook.
The State Department is not its own government. The Secretary of State is not its.
Pasta uncooked. I just
Listen
put
to
it
what
in the
Gay
bowl.
Man had to say about Iran.
Now I gotta cut pickles up.
Change in Iran and what would
This is my cut up eggs, which you guys can't see really.
The Iranian
My
people.
cut up eggs.
So right now, the fact that Iran can't have a nuclear weapon, that's been the focus of the president's policy, even going back to the first administration.
Regime change is coming. This is an important post. You just need to remember this for your family. When the people in power start preparing for doomsday, it's a bad sign. Right now, the people in power are doing that.
Pickles.
I have some contacts.
like,
in
what am I doing?
Italy
I need
who are
pickles.
That are ready to eat. The people who are actually making them at a factory
I like
level
pickle juice.
and sending them off to the military. I have contacts in the people who are getting the ballistic protections for our soldiers and the government and law enforcement. Each one of these contacts say that they're flying off the shelves. Their orders are until 2027. So when you see the United, do you remember
Not good,
Russia buying
guys.
up all those rounds years and years ago before the Ukrainian war, and Russia was just buying up millions and millions and millions of rounds? It's because they knew they were going to take on Ukraine. So when America is buying meals that are ready to eat, ballistic protections for individuals like our soldiers and like law enforcement, National Guard, when they're ramping up our ability to make new weapons and new weapon systems and ammunition, what are we preparing for? So as preppers, you have to take that to heart. You have to say, okay, if they're getting ready, I have to get ready. China has sent its carrier killer over to Iran to protect that country. They deployed advanced naval assets. This includes their Type 055 destroyer,
I added some pickles
This is
to the.
world renowned as
Yo.
one of the world's most powerful surface warrior ships. It's in the waters near Tehran, and this is tied to what they say is just joint military exercises. The
I
ships,
don't want to put too much in there because.
the ships are heading toward the Gulf of Oman, Indian Ocean, the Strait. This is aligning with China's move to back up Iran if America.
Yes, my
takes it.
counter's a mess. Don't judge me. I'm gonna clean it up, you guys.
It's
But
become very large, and there's an economic element. And the
I have had
will borrow the money necessary to pay its
a bad
debts.
week, actually.
Financial bubble bursts.
So what happens? Here's Ray Dalio discussing it. Each empire, since the Dutch, have used capitalist marketplaces to create a cycle that
I'm
leads
gonna eat my yogurt.
ultimately to the demise of that empire. Right now, the empire is the United States of America. And they can no longer borrow the money that they need to repay their own.
Nebula is barking.
We've seen it over and over again. And they have too much debt. It turns into an economic downturn that leads to this cycle. They can't borrow enough.
Right now, unfortunately, we can't have her out here. Okay, this is not even clean.
That devalues the current amount of money in circulation.
That dried
The
yogurt.
living standards of the people inside of that empire decline. This leads to a rise in political extremism. Then we have an economic condition that completely wipes away productivity. Here's where AI comes in. Then there's conflict about how the people who still have assets should divide those resources. And then we see leaders emerge that pledge to take control, but then the empire is ruined in chaos. So that's right at the stage that we're at right now. Another finance network says that they have people losing jobs half a year ago. They used to make $300,000. They remain unemployed today. Their mortgage, because they were making so much money, was $5,000 a month. They completely run out of money in 3 to 4 months. Wife that they care for, babies on the way. They were optimistic, now no longer. Unemployed Americans are taking longer to find new jobs. This is from an unusual Wales post. U.S. unemployment going longer than ever.
Not
Prolonged
surprised.
average unemployment durations have several impacts. Increased market volatility, sector rotation, and consumer spending issues. And then we have more problems with what is happening.
So Ron, they're gonna get hit. They're gonna get hit. Unless the last minute they change. This is a fine in the United States. Yeah, I'm not gonna do this, right? Hey, it's not your choice, bud. All right. So I don't think that President Trump's
Much
gonna
to what
launch,
anybody wants to
Olympics
believe
or-
right now, we are
That's
absolutely
the
living in
big
the
key.
biblical end times.
And I think the president would like a deal rather than a military
We're
strike.
getting ready to see a prophetical.
They're gonna get hit.
The consensus, folks, they are going to get hit. It's just a matter of when. This post says, I don't know why 2026
The war
is a
that
breaking point, but everybody that they know and inside of their circle knows
Is
that
end
they're
times
actually paying attention.
prophetical war. No, I'm not talking about
Everyone around them is
Armageddon. That's
experiencing crisis.
something
For
totally
some
different.
people, it's spiritual. For other people, it's in their family. Family members are breaking
This
down.
war is literally going to
relationships are
usher
breaking
us
apart.
into
Portfolios are being wiped away. And it does it, it crosses all barriers.
God's
It
judgment
crosses socioeconomic barriers.
on this country.
It crosses education barriers, and it crosses,
It's going to get really difficult for
money
Christians.
everybody is feeling this. So I just hope that you and your family understand where we're going. 14% of the nearly 8 million FHA home loans are delinquent. 14%. So if 14% of them are delinquent just in this one area,
Well, Aaron and I are trying to get caught up on property taxes,
70% of
which I got to
homeowners
send him that $40 out of this check.
broke people with a house.
I will.
Show you a graphic here as I asked some questions, Ms. Sutherland, because it was your organization that was instrumental in uncovering the activities of British billionaire Christopher Hone, whose children's investment
I'm going to
fund
get that pearl
foundation
powder from Doug and Stacy.
poured more than $500 million into U.S. advocacy that supported left-wing political causes in addition to
There's a
CCP's
glare on the
development
TV. I'm
of the
sorry, you guys.
What's concerning about this
Nothing
is
I can
Mr.
do about
Hone's
it either.
ties to CCP-linked organizations, which led to him abruptly pulling his funding from U.S. groups once it was exposed. but it's also concerning because of the level of foreign money trying to influence our political activities and our policies.
Look at where it all leads to, folks. Corruption, bad actions, and you holding the bag. Because this economy is crumbling, and it's just a matter of how far it goes. When we see law enforcement not unable to
They
control
will bring out
entire
digital
service,
currency.
when we see medical services no longer willing to pay
They
people
will get rid of
unless they
cash.
cease from payment,
A lot of people tell me, oh, I don't think that's going to happen. Yes, it
enter
will.
into a system where people are just
It
dying on the
absolutely will.
streets. If you look at some areas of our country, we are already there.
Yep.
I'm going to keep Gibbs going so you don't have to. Make sure you check back tomorrow. Full Spectrum on Survival on YouTube. Please share this video off-site and host this video if you can. From my family to yours, please stay safe and keep walking.
Okay. Go back. Let's see. Next one. Domestic DHS on alert. Red alert, domestic threat, DHS on alert. And I skipped over
And call to action.
one.
My name is William Kelly.
Okay, hold on. I haven't even fully watched this one.
William Kelly is apparently the name of the next political left extremist as it is being painted in the picture of the Republican right. I want you to watch this video for yourself. This guy looks like an op to me. He looks like he's positioned here. He's definitely victimizing himself for the rest of the world. He's definitely virtue signaling. If you know what virtue signaling is, it means you just jump on the cause or self-esteem points. It's on. This is the first time that he's ever felt powerful, maybe in his life. And with this, he's really picking up the left side.
My name is William Kelly. I'm a patriot. I'm a lover of the Constitution. I'm an ally to my Black, Latino, and indigenous people. Be intimidated by her persecution of these patriots, of these freedom fighters, of these journalists who are brave enough to document what's doing in this city, what is happening in Minnesota.
Now, he says an important word there. Freedom fighters. They're not fighting for freedom. Folks.
No.
They're fighting for free. The free is not for you, and that free is not for me. The free that they're fighting for is a criminal element is allowed to act criminally, and you pay for it. Shoplifters. That's exactly what they want. They want every person to be a shoplifter, while the paying people continue to pay for that theft by raised prices. You see, when someone comes into this country illegally, they have committed a criminal act. And then if they take your tax money through healthcare or housing, they created another criminal act because they're not acting in this nation as a legal citizen. Right. And so your tax money is not going to help your legal citizen brothers and sisters. When they say they fight for freedom,
this doesn't take as long as the potato salad because
in the elite, but there's a lot more that all of you can be involved in driving forward. It's this digital public infrastructure. No countries want
pasta
and get them out efficiently and effectively.
Don't need that now.
In India.
This was Bill Gates as he stood in front of the world.
Once the pasta's done, I'll drain it, pull it off a little bit.
This is something they're still pushing forward with, and I hope that America does something about it.
Yes, I'm using pasta.
Protesters clashing with police in Los Angeles, California.
They're going to be
they take every inch that they can and turn it into anarchy. This is not a peaceful protest.
Again, I've not had a great few days. I really haven't.
They're not here to say, look at all these people who came into this country legally and they got their citizenship. They're not here to say, look at all these hardworking and followers who couldn't make ends meet, and so the welfare system is going to help them. No, they're saying they look at these people who left a country that they hated because it had horrible living conditions. They're here now. You pay for something. That's exactly what they want.
Put this over here. I've had a couple of days where I pretty much spent my whole time in the living room
Protest coming out. We've got a large.
because I was just so tired. I pretty much couldn't function.
So this isn't
So
a large hire.
not a great thing.
Just oil refineries in Vermont.
I think I'm going to take this with me to work.
Oh, no.
It's mine.
No more managed decline, says Marco Rubio. In America, according to his.
And as far as work goes, I have to work straight through Monday.
Managed.
And we just lost another person that.
America under President Trump will choose something different. Revitalization, confidence, and strength. Our allies, according to Rubio, must be able to defend themselves. Western civilization should not be ashamed of itself. The alliances must stop managing stagnation and begin rebuilding power. Not through criticism, but through actual power.
Trees. Before the end of the Second World War, the West had been expanding. Its missionaries, its pilgrims, its soldiers, its explorers pouring out from its shores to cross oceans, settle new continents, build vast empires extending.
Well, there's a lot that has been going on.
And in 1945, for the first time since the age of Congo, Europe was in ruins.
Not as bad as it was.
And the rest looked like it would soon fall. The great Western Empire that entered into terminal decline, accelerated by godless communist revolutions and by anti-colonial.
What the heck? Why? Oh, I hate this TV. Every once in a while, it's just too easy to bump up against that, and it messes with the Roku. I hate this TV. Now we got to go back in and find the video. Shouldn't be too hard. Sorry about that, guys. Yes, cinnamon.
And the rest looked like it would soon follow. The great Western empires that entered into terminal decline, accelerated by godless communist revolutions, and by anti-colonial uprisings.
My homemade honey mustard, which you can't really see.
Scrape the red hammer and sickle across vast swaths of the map in the years to come.
Now here is Marco Rubio giving a.
Can't really see it. Sorry.
This was happening again.
Yeah, the light in the kitchen sucks. I'm sorry, guys.
And only by the action, so we will see this.
My honey mustard.
Into next year, when we know it, we're able to pull it back.
It's totally obliterated. What's left to go after?
But if you get whatever the dust is down there, that's really the least of the mission. If we do it, that would be the least of the mission. But we,
homemaking our miracle
bit
bit.
obliterated, as you know.
Folks, the next step on Iran's decline through military action with the United States of America will be a shot further around the world. Not
dry
just
mustard.
Midnight Hammer, in which we sent tactical
Organic dry mustard.
systems.
I should be able to make our own mustard and figure out how to make our Dijon mustard. So I don't have to find that
When
either.
we compare our countries, this is not an expression of xenophobia. It is not hate. It is a fundamental act of national sovereignty. And the failure to do so is not just an abdication of one of our most basic duties owed to our people.
This might be
It is an urgent threat to the fabric of our societies and the survival of our civilization itself.
There again, Secretary of State saying that only through complete and closed down borders will we be.
Okay.
The
Now I
issue we
need
were
to
dealing
drain
with
that.
here is when we had, I just was looking at again one of the flyers that was when it said how to impede ICE operations and arrest, and it told white people to put their body between the criminal alien and the officer. Speaking from experience, prior law enforcement officer, if I was on the side, say at I-4 traffic stop when I was in Florida, and someone came up to me while I was arresting someone for being a habitual traffic offender, which is a civil violation, and someone gets between me, I'm going to arrest them. Right. People were actively told to go out there and impede, impede, to help the people we were arresting escape and ram vehicles. That's the complete difference, which led to the escalation.
And that's absolutely true. And that's something that I've told you since the beginning. You cannot go and stop a cop from arresting a shoplifter. You're going to be arrested too, and so should federal law enforcement be able to arrest anybody who impedes on that action. This is Baltimore, Maryland, and a major street takeover that has been put under the disguise of anti-ICE activism.
Okay. I'm gonna cool this off a little bit.
Now, let me tell you something from a tactical point of view, folks. Let's just say you and your family do happen to find yourself in this type of situation. A situation where you are cursed in the middle of what could become a riot at any moment in time. Well, you better take down any Republican or MAGA stickers you got on your window, roll down your windows, do anything, take them off. And then you better roll them up, lock your doors, and you better start cheering with them. You better start showing support to them, because the gray man who blends in with everybody else is the man who goes home alive. So you better tell your family, while you are fully prepared to defend yourself, you are in a vehicle that has a massive amount of weight, a massive amount of horsepower. While you are in that vehicle,
all right, I'll let that cool off a little bit.
Appear to be like one of them. The only thing worse than a set of nails hammered down into a board is the one nail you missed. It's the nail that stands out the most, and you do not want to be that next nail that gets hammered down. So talk with your family and tell them, if you're in this type of situation, you better look just like one of them. Don't be wearing your MAGA hat. Don't be wearing your Republican insignia. Don't wear anything like that. You better clap your hands, give them a yes, yeah, I'm for it. Get to a safe location, and then you can pick back up the fight that you believe is necessary. Folks, you're watching Full Spectrum Survival on YouTube. We are bringing you information every day that matters to Americans. Please make sure you are subscribed, and please share this video off-site with other people. X.com, Facebook, through text and email. Get it out there, and if you see a hype button, please click it. Until tomorrow, please stay safe, remain vigilant, and keep watch.
All right, so the next one, and I've got a spammer's phone call coming through. Breaking news! Domestic alert! Subject in custody.
Looked like it would soon fall.
You go down the list. Look at what we have here, folks. Another.
Sorry about not really talking much right now, guys. I'm trying to finish
on the line between federal enforcement and criminals on the streets. I want you to watch this video and tell me what you think of it.
Which is basically
planned to attack ICE agents in Portland. Coleman's attorney argues while he was in
the process
of buying an AR-15, it never made its way into his possession.
Nothing indicates, based on what we know, that there is any sort of threat to critical infrastructure. You go down the list, there's no threat to utility systems, no threat to pipelines that could be transporting fuel and gas. No threat to fiber optic systems, no threat to cell phone tires and other. So what this guy did is he created a plan. The plan was to attack infrastructure, according to these reports. He was indicted on the first degree and second degree DT, or domestic. The judge denied the attorney's request. Can you believe an attorney is requesting the release of somebody who wanted to attack
awesome Redmond's real salt.
Wanted to take out police stations potentially, wanted to take down communications, wanted to take out a paramedic's ability
Freshly
to
ground
save a
pepper.
person having a heart attack, wanted all of these things. And the fight is to get him back out on the streets. That is your America. That is what we are looking at right now. Bankruptcies in the USA are rising sharply. In just 1 week, we saw 9 large companies, each with almost $50 million in their own each liabilities, filed for bankruptcy protection. Let me tell you guys, the crash is coming. Everything that led up to the 2007 financial crisis, where people lost homes and their cars were repossessed, we are seeing that today firsthand. You're watching the bankruptcies. Up to 20% of all apartment renters are delinquent on their bill. 20%, 1/5 of them, 5 apartment renters, one of them can't pay their bill. 14% of all credit card holders are 90 days past due. This is a crash, an economic crash. A record 32% of all wealth in America, household wealth, is held by people that are 70 years or older. So if you're about to die, which in the grand scheme of things, when you look at 100 years, 70 years is about to die, I hope not. I wish we all live forever. But if you're looking at it from a 70 years old, all of the wealth is about to die, and then the state will take it. And then the actual state you live in and a state, and then will be fought upon, and they'll tax it and everything else. And where will that wealth go?
Okay.
It is not going to go back into the system.
Almost done here.
Made housing unaffordable.
Once I get this done,
bring that price of housing down. And so, what do they want? What are we missing here? What we're missing
just go in the living room.
Is that grand old scheme: own nothing, but be forced to be happy. Keep your bread in circus, folks. You better buy a small piece of land. Pam Bondi released the full files under a Transparency Act. 3.5.
Now's definitely not the time to go with
dropped,
this.
according to these reports. Some of them redacted.
So we have
closed. According to the report, no records withheld or redacted based on embarrassment, reputational harm, or political sensitivity of any official, public figure, or foreign dignitary has been allowed inside of this. The Democratic side pushed for this, and look at what they got. Now, some of the names here are absolutely crazy.
So I got into
all of these names listed. I'm not going to go through them, but you can see a couple of pop out. You've got Bill Gates here. You've got Rahm Emanuel here.
journey. Well, I will be. I'm going to be getting into a new journey to help out with our finances.
Right here. Bush
with a friend of mine.
Clinton right here.
She's into it.
Right here.
She's helping me out. Right here. We walked away from It Works because they literally,
you got Melinda Gates.
Basically, they sold out the company to a different company, and none of us agreed with it and don't like it. So
Joe Biden, Bono.
We're going to a different company.
You got Tucker Carlson. Now, these names, of course, don't necessarily.
But I am going to have to
inside of there. What that actually means, you've got Benjamin.
Do something about
second page. Let's get to that.
My hours, my job.
Mark Zuckerberg, I just saw right here. Benjamin Netanyahu.
And how and where my money is coming from.
Basically,
as far as
here's all the people that are
what we're living off from goes, because
a record 16.4% of student loans transition into.
You can't go too long without getting enough sleep.
Record. That means not as high as the financial crisis.
Not without paying some very high physical prices, and I can't afford to pay those prices.
The 2000.
Not to mention the fact that I care a lot about my kids, and I don't want something happening to me.
It dropped down when
and them having to deal with losing their
then you know what, we're not going to change.
They should ever have to deal with that. Right.
And now they said we're and look at the delinquency, 16+%.
I'm not going to get into that.
More reports on everybody inside of that list.
But I want to be able to get housing.
You need to call it what it is.
There is a legitimate reason to
have a debate about things like migration. It went too far. It's disruptive and destabilizing, and it needs to be fixed in a humane way with secure borders that don't torture and kill people. I think we need to.
First of all, For the last 20 years of America's life, nobody was coming into this country illegally and getting tortured and taken out. They were coming into this country illegally, and before they opened them wide, they were getting caught, arrested, and sent back. That's the way it should happen. Close your freaking borders down, folks. Do you keep your doors open in the middle of the city at night? No, absolutely not. This is Atlanta, Georgia. They say that parking lots are turning into the new apartments. The individual currently living out of his car shows a parking lot where there are 50 people
crazy.
living out of their cars because the cost of living price is too high.
And I think I did mention on the last live I did tell Tim he has to get his trailer out of here because I will not. Won't do it.
Now, I just recently saw this for myself. I had to do a couple of late nights on some work effort, and I saw that the parking lots were full at 2, 3, 4 a.m. They were full, and people were living inside of those cars, or at least sleeping inside of them. You know how you can tell? It stands out like a sore thumb. You see the windows all sunscreened up. The back windows, they have this film that you could just peel off in the daytime when you're going to go drive. You put it back on at nighttime. Makes the car look black inside. Looks like no one's in there. But people are living in them. Their cars look safe, not safe. Talk about that yourself. But let me tell you, people are doing this. And even though they've made it illegal in our country to live in a vehicle, for the most part, and they've made it impossible for one person to be able to survive working for the most part, we are at a standstill. This is the Colombian Aerospace and Naval Forces Division. They released this video of an operation that destroyed a spy or clandestine production site. They did this because these submarines were being built. So the Colombians maybe looked at what Donald Trump and the Department of War are doing. They took their heed and said, no, we better clean up our act before America comes and cleans it up for us.
And finally, we can no longer place the so-called global order above the vital interests of our people and our nations.
Just a few months ago, global order was a conspiracy theory term, and now we hear it said from the Vice President of America, from the
That's the new world order, guys. That's exactly what is called in the Bible. It's one world government.
Of Russia. We've heard it from,
and they're working on the one world religion.
We've heard it from China. If this isn't enough,
it's not okay. It's not a good thing.
Oppression by elite
close.
I can't tell what is. They control you. If you don't think so, go to the bank if you have a substantial amount of money. If you don't think they can try to take the taxes you would pay the government and otherwise buy the food you need because you had a change in circumstances. If you don't think they control you, try to look at your life and your property taxes. They tax you when you make it. They tax you when you buy it. They tax you when you sell it. They tax you when you... This country, this world is running by...
Yep.
And finally, we can no longer place the so-called global order above the vital interests of our people and our nations. We do not need to abandon the system of international cooperation. We
make a little bit more dressing. There's going to be
global institutions of the old order that together we built.
To make.
These must be reformed.
There's not quite enough.
These must be rebuilt.
And in whose image will they be rebuilt? And that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, that's the problem.
This is our last chance. We'll remain on top and maybe get a couple of years leverage to be able to actually buy some food, buy some fuel, put it away, buy some property, grow your own food, or America will die and fall. Folks, I'm going to do this scrolling so you don't have to. Please make sure you're subscribed to Full Spectrum Survival on YouTube. Please make sure you go gray, blend in, do everything you need to do to get ahead. From my family to yours, please stay safe and keep watch.
So there's this one.
Under the President's Executive Order 14301. Why is it? All right, everyone, I found out a little bit more information about that
Almost
modular
done, guys.
nuclear reactor that was moved by the U.S. military is being moved over to Utah. This is a little bit concerning to me because why is it so important for them to get it up and running by July? Now, the modules, which are part of Valor Atomic's Lord 250 system, is a next generation reactor that is using helium coolant and graphite.
Next time I'm at
moderators.
Meyer and I'm
It
buying
will be operational by
groceries, I'm gonna grab some
July
more.
4th.
Actually, I think I'm gonna look up a recipe
It's
for
not the United States of America.
Start
Move
making
to
it
the San
myself.
Rafael Energy Lab. This is
That
in Utah.
that
It will be
stuff has
evaluated by the U.S. Department of Energy's nuclear reactor
Not good.
pilot program under the President's Executive Order 14301. Why is it so important that it gets operational by July?
Well, I think I'm gonna send for some
possibly a major infrastructural
sugar
attack
beet
on the United
seeds.
States of America, and only through the
Once again, I'm gonna
military
have to designate an area for that. Obviously, it's not gonna be the
energy
same area.
systems. Will they be able to keep
I'm
this up and
probably
running
just gonna have
continue with World
to
War III? Now, what gets me here
designate.
is that China's doing the same thing. Russia making the same.
I don't know.
Each
I
one of
gotta
these
figure it out.
nations are moving to have nuclear modular power.
Either that or I'll just have to start buying raw cane sugar.
That's
and
scary
bulk
because that
off
means
of
for you
Amazon.
and for me, we got shit. We got nothing. We don't have access to power. We won't have access to communications. We won't be calling your family and friends to tell them where to boot you up. You better have your plans ready right now because when it happens, you're not going to have those plans anymore. You're going to have no chance. All right, let's see what else we've got going on here.
Aaron will have to walk home.
I think a couple of
Is it
critical
work?
challenges specifically for this mission included the major engineering challenge, which John has already talked about. Then we have the forecasting challenge, which is the job. So that wasn't an unforeseen challenge, but it is really complex to do it over effectively a day and a half period. And that's simply the job. So it's a challenge, but it's what we do. There are a couple of abilities.
This is the important part. Listen up.
Up on us, I think. The brief one I want to mention is OPSEC. We talked just now in the last panel about blue AI capabilities, but we didn't spend a lot of time talking about adversary AI capabilities or even civilian AI capabilities. I mean, you've got Twitter feeds of randos that are just studying where our airplanes go and publishing it, consolidating it. Like if US analysts did some of that, we would consider it secret or maybe even top secret. But
listen to that again, folks. So you're the rando that she's talking about, able to access and gain access to information that is informant to enemy. So they're going to clamp down on all social media. You're not going to be allowed to talk about the military, talk about the tanks moving.
Well, thankfully I don't.
You don't have a heads up.
With the exception of this on the live. So.
And we can say, okay, they're moving tanks, they're moving people, they're moving the aircraft, they're moving nuclear atomic energy systems.
A little bit more.
So we watch the trend that it's ramping up. They're going to take that information away from you.
Now in the last panel about blue civilian AI capabilities. I mean, you've got Twitter feeds of randos that are just studying where our airplanes go and publishing it, consolidating it. Like if US, we would consider it secret or maybe even top secret.
Interesting move. Ben Hodges, responsible for the entirety of the U.S. Army's States Army across the whole of Europe at the time. Ben Hodges, listen to what he says on Ukraine.
Right, there's. That Russia cannot defeat Ukraine.
Gotta get this in there, put the rest of the seasons in here, and it's done. Rinse my dishes out.
Despite having all the advantages and without the United States and other countries really helping Ukraine to win. So Russia still cannot do any more than what they are. All they can do is keep killing innocent.
So what he's talking about is the next stage in the Russian-Ukrainian conflict. Now, I'm afraid for this guy, Thomas Massie, right? On what I've seen about Massie and okay, I remember this from his post, that he's a good swimmer. This is his official post. Okay, Thomas Massie, U.S. representative, engineer, farmer, inventor, holds 30 patents, U.S. representative of Kentucky. Read this post. It's literal scary. Published February 13th. He says, I am not suicidal. I am healthy. I eat healthy food. The brakes on my car and truck are in good shape. I practice good trigger discipline. I never point a gun at anyone, including myself. There are no deep pools of water on his farm, and he's a pretty good swimmer. Now, this is after Massey spoke out against all of those files that are being released. He said
He's getting ready for
that
his
there's
death.
information inside.
Massey?
that
He's
is
literally
totally
telling the public that if I end up dead, I was murdered.
vile and evil. Why is he warning everybody that he could get smoked?
Yeah,
You go against that many.
telling everybody if he ends up dead, he was murdered.
Crazy.
Exactly what.
Gun children has been particularly alarming.
In December, San Francisco City Attorney David Chu filed a landmark lawsuit against 10 manufacturers of ultra-processed foods, alleging that, like tobacco companies, they knowingly engineered and marketed addictive, dangerous products while hiding the risks and causing a public health crisis.
Now, I've got a video of another doctor here that I hope to get to today, where he discusses that they have put us in a position of eating the poison that they create.
I gotta take these boots off. They're hurting my feet.
No longer cannot handle. Let me see. I hope that it's one of these, but it doesn't look like it is. U.S. housing market.
Still gonna have to
It just reached its
check
most
that out.
affordable point in history. Look at how affordable a home was back in the 1890s. That's home price index. In the 1920s. Look at how affordable. This is the Great Depression, folks. Houses are affordable during the Great Depression. Let that sink in. And then look at where we're at in the 2020, 2006 bubble, where it went up and crashed, and where we stand today.
Oh, look at there.
Why do you think he
That's
worked
what's
so hard not to get
Oh, what?
for so many months? What do you think the real reason is?
These files implicate the billionaires and friends of his and political donors that he's.
Hang on, guys.
And Epstein also had close ties to our own intelligence agencies.
Here's the part that he's afraid of saying.
Influence intelligence agencies. That's why there's so own intelligence agencies and influence intelligence agencies. That's why there's so much effort in trying to stop this. And I do believe they'll try to stop it somewhere else. It's going to backfire on this too.
There.
So right after he told the world that there's an implication for the United States of America, our intelligence agencies, and Israel's intelligence agency, he put out a post saying that he's a great swimmer, knows how to handle a self-defense tool, would never put it at anyone, including himself. He eats good, he's healthy, doctors check him out, his brakes work good on his car. Folks, this is getting scary, scary.
Yep.
Here's a teacher that people entrust their children into his care. Kids that ICE are murderers and doing the wrong thing should be what.
Hey, it's the Asian educator here, Joe.
Okay.
I'm gonna take a cleansing breath. Teachers are supposed to be apolitical, right? Not take a stance. Meaning not. Brings what's going on in Minnesota.
So he goes on to say that they should impart their opinion in your children. But America is not the only country that's undergoing massive change. Look here in Ontario.
Yeah, that's not good either.
It's the second state of the United States.
Sorry, I'm not really talking much. I'm just working on trying to get this done.
Importation is what the people with actual fortunes. Folks, where are the pitchforks?
And a lot of stuff I wanted you guys
I
to.
think it's going to be very long before the pitchforks come out. Go through the streets with torches. Now, the report on this is that's a festival, but people co-opted the festival to try and get deportation brought up.
Force. Because Canada and the United States, that would really be something.
Okay.
You get rid of that artificially drawn line, and you take a look at what that looks like, And it would also be much better for national security. Don't forget, we basically protect Canada. The United States didn't Canada.
Okay,
So
we're
this is
gonna be
right
going
on
in the
Dr.
living room
Bill
here pretty soon,
website. You can
guys.
Go look it up for yourself. Talking about the absorption of Canada into the USA. Here is Marco.
Lots of basil.
Receiving me here on
Like my
Sunday.
basil.
Try never to burden people on Sundays. It's an important day for me because of my faith, and I know for many of you as well. But I thank you for opening this space to us on this day, because we wanted to show, and we are showing, and we are going to show in the weeks and months and years to come, that under President Trump, this administration is going to make Slovakia, the Central Europe, a key component of how we engage the continent and the world. And that we are not just going to engage in meetings and pleasantries, but in concrete actions that we will take together in ways that are beneficial to your people and our people.
So there we go, folks. A little bit of a heads up into what's coming next. Okay, here's that video I wanted.
I know. I'll help you.
The last
We're gonna put this in.
40 years, the United States has been exposed to something that our biology was never intended to handle. Energy dense, highly palatable, rapidly absorbable, ultra processed.
I'm gonna be pausing this in just
They
a
have
second.
altered our metabolism and have resulted
Right now.
in greatest increase in chronic disease. You know,
We will continue this in the living room. Can't pause the live, so
I have got to pee.
you're fine, Eric.
Gross.
What? My egg pasta salad. Finally got it made. Real quick, so I don't have to take this in there.
And so I don't have to worry about that. I'm gonna get my.
One top.
I know. The strawberry one and then one other one. So I had the almond one yesterday. I had the almond one yesterday. Which wasn't, I don't like nuts, but it wasn't that bad.
I like the almond coconut almond one. One of my favorites.
Oh gosh, it was coconut in it.
Coconut's healthy, Scott.
I know, I'm just joking. And it rained.
Glad I was able to park where I did.
Yeah, really.
All right. Give some of my pasta salad, pasta egg salad, and yogurt. I've had to Slim Fast.
So you could have just left it there.
It sits better right there. Now, I take this back in the living room. Oh yeah, holy cow. All right, guys, I'm carrying it back in the living room. Got to get it plugged back in. I hear babies. Don't ask. See what I was gonna come back out there anyway, because I've got more than just that.
Oh, okay, fine.
I can't get it all in one trip, Scott. Wasn't talking about when I brought the computer in. I'll take stuff out of my chair. I will be right back, you guys. I will turn this towards the TV. I gotta get this plugged in though. I'm gonna go back out and get the rest of my stuff. I'm hoping I can get a little laundry in the washer today. Freaking back is killing me. Well, that's dirty. And that's my Speedway shirt. All right, I'm gonna take my Speedway shirt out there, and I'll be right back, you guys. You do. Don't you dare. All right. Sorry, guys. Oh, my goodness. It's been a crazy couple of last few days. Crazy. Crazy. I don't even know how else to put it. It's been crazy. Cray. All right, so. Don't tell me they knocked it on the floor again. It's the remote. Gosh, you guys, I swear to God. I'm gonna eat these guys. Not literally. Don't take that literally. But they do irritate me. Where is my remote? Are you kidding me? Where the hell is my remote? Thanks, Mimi. You guys are naughty. You know that? You're naughty. This is not good. I don't know where my remote's at. I have no idea. No clue. It should have been on my tray. See it? I don't even see it on the floor. Oh boy. This is when I get really mad. Because this is not okay. Not even close to being okay. Oh, is my remote? We're gonna kill these cats, I swear to God. This is not good. What the hell is my remote? Really? Why? Cannot find that. What in the hell did you guys do with my remote? Okay, I am getting kind of pissed. Right. Pissed right now. This is not okay. I cannot find the remote to the TV. Kill these cats. It would be in the trash. Better not be in there. Highly pissed. Where the hell is the remote? Are you kidding me? You know, if he's got it over there, I'm gonna slap him. I'm gonna slap him. Swear to God. You could have told me the remote was on your side. Yeah, I just wasted like 5 minutes looking for the damn thing. Jerk. Sorry, he really irritates me. And all he can do is sorry. And I thought it was the cats. I'm sorry, kitties, because it was not you guys. Hey, will you stop it? All right, I'm going to move my tray so I can actually sit down. Whew. Okay, let's try to get back to what we were. That last one was almost done. Biological attack warning. So we're already at an hour and 15 minutes. Sorry, Mandy. I've kind of been bouncing back and forth. Let's see. That was actually this morning. That was last night. Yeah, we'll pull this one up.
Operating on U.S. soil. Now this video is out of Russia saying that their team
biological attack
evidence on the existence of secret bioweapon or bioterror or even just biological laboratories operating inside of Ukraine. Now, the reason that this is important is because we just found evidence of biolabs operating on U.S. soil. Now, the ties of these biolabs were, of course, to Chinese nationals, and there's some
Mandy,
saying that there are ties to Israeli nationals.
They're in a team gathering evidence on the existence of secret US labs in Ukraine. The Russian Interior Ministry suspects they were used to test biological weapons.
I wouldn't be very surprised if we see a huge biological event inside of America, or at least in the world, and it will spill over to inside of America. And I think that we only have a couple of.
Hold on. Hi. What's up? Oh, really?
The moment I come in the room.
Apparently she associates you with going outside.
But I wouldn't be surprised if she does. They're not doing it practically every night. So the rubber plug that was in the bottom of that U-bend in the basement
came out.
Gone. I can't find it. So I gotta buy another one of those.
That's lovely.
Yeah.
That's just great.
I can leave a little early today and try to swing by Ace. Pick up another one of those.
Now, are you working straight through Monday?
Yes.
So you and I have the same schedule, basically.
This is 40 hours.
Right? Well, at least you guys are losing people left and right.
Might get a little more than 40 hours. But yeah, that's the problem with the tub. So until I can get that plugged up, we hold off. I need to just replace that U-bend in the basement with one that doesn't have a big hole in the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
It was fine when there was like a screw-in plug, but who knows where that ended up.
You're pulling the foam out of the chair. What's the matter with you? Oh, I gotta clean off my table.
But yeah,
I gotta clean off a lot of things.
That's what's going on.
Freaking lovely.
Yep. At least that one's an easy fix. Yeah, I don't know. So it seems
Nebula.
like Grandpa had all the plumbing in the basement replaced at one point.
You did.
Except for the drain to the toilet. Because that's still metal.
He's gonna end up needing to go out.
Months, at best, a year until we see this type of thing. If they just shut down these systems, and here's really the scary part. All of these researchers that were working, AI is an operational event, right? We see AI everywhere. You can go watch your videos of Donald Trump saying things that he didn't really say, and that's funny and all. But AI is being used right now for bioterrorism. And there are groups set up inside of these AI companies that do nothing but try to make biological weapons and try to make anti-biological weapons. So the medicine that will be given to treat the biological weapons that are out there. Because if you can make it, well, then you can probably make something to soften the effect. And so these researchers, they're all quitting. They're saying that they're leaving the country. They're going to go live out their lives in log cabins in
Because I thought I heard Aaron saying something.
the middle of nowhere. If that isn't scary enough, we have the acknowledgement that biolabs are existing inside of America, inside of our country.
Yeah.
And if that isn't scary enough, the continuity of government plans should scare you even more.
Mm-hmm.
The lockdowns that we saw during COVID will pale in comparison to the measures they'll have to take if a 30 to 50% contaminant is released into the air, water system, or throughout our country in some way. It could be targeted, or it could be to sow widespread chaos. There's no amount of looting, there's no amount of rioting, there's no amount of supply chain that can keep up with how your life will be affected. So that's definitely one of the things that are way up there on my radar.
Scary.
Influencing the decision of the Epstein file release?
I think Israel is influencing the Epstein file release because Israeli intelligence and our own CIA was wrapped up with Epstein. And so it would be embarrassing to our own intelligence agencies as well as Israel's intelligence agencies for all that to come out. And if you notice, there are a lot of bots online and people who are paid. Maybe they're not robots, but they are paid, and they're going after Marjorie and I uniquely. And I think it's because we are.
Do you think it's a coincidence that behind Thomas Massey, we see The Walking Dead, one of the characters from The Walking Dead, in a very large photograph? They always show you something that's coming, right? Now, whether it's symbolically, you've got maybe a Make America Great Again hat, but it says something on the back, something kills. I can't quite read that. If anyone has any more intel on that, please put it down there. What Thomas Massey is saying is probably one of the most evident points of our nation potentially allowing the taking out of figures that are speaking out. And he has already said he can swim well. His brakes are checked. His tires are good. He knows how to use self-defense. He has kinetic projectile tools, and he would never point them at himself. He has made this public claim because he's afraid. He's afraid that somebody out there is going to come and give him the old Russian high five against the war that Israel. According to Israel, the IDF Home Front Command Chief is delivering classified briefings ahead of the expected conflict with Iran. Israel believes that Donald Trump wants to attack Iran. The U.S. deployed another 50 fighter jets to the region just in the past 48 hours.
I'm going to take care of my
Let me see if I've got that video.
I'll be right back, you guys.
Show you a visual representation of the just the sheer amount of flights that are moving in. We are currently witnessing, according to our intelligence, the largest area of combat kits of U.S. Air Force in Europe and the Middle East. To use it's going to be one to get to it here with a lucky draw on okay, this is important, so I'm not going to get past this. Listen to what CNN is saying. It can't even be real. Rise of Christian nationalism. But I haven't seen any cross-wielding attackers in the United States of America recently. I've seen some, but I haven't seen too many, priests or pastors really go out there. They do other stuff. They are not out there really attacking like that. Okay, this is it. Let's see. Are we going to be lucky? Let's roll the dice. Okay, here's a CIA officer, former.
Talking to Colonel Doug McGregor a few days ago about Iran's hypersonic missiles. And I said, Doug, I'm not a military guy because he's carrier hypersonic missile. Hypersonic missile. Iranians have hypersonics. The Chinese and the Russians gave them the technology and they developed it internally, domestically. An aircraft carrier is the size of a city. It has 25,000 sailors on it.
Not quite the size of a city, but I think you get the gist of it, that they're saying that America will have no defense if they don't go out and immediately attack the hypersonic missiles situation first. Another open source release. The White House signaled to Israel that nuclear talks with Iran have reached their limit. There will be no further diplomatic advancement because Iran will not agree to U.S.
nobody's in the house.
Hardline demands, which is a.
And I kind of sprung this one on you guys. I don't usually do them in the morning because a lot of people are working and stuff. I usually get more people on here.
Here's a guy yelling at cops, trying to get his badge number. This cop gets him his badge number. This, let me tell you, from a personal tactical point of view, this is what not to do. Because all of these cops are sitting and thinking
strawberry or Greek yogurt
waiting
bars
for you to cross the line. They have been trained in patience through their brain, and you can actually see it. Through his brain, he is thinking about what he can charge this guy with.
Hey, police chief, I was in the fucking police explorer. Give me your badge. Give me your badge number. Identify yourself.
He gives his badge number right there.
Right there. Identify yourself. Badge number. Badge number. Badge number. Badge number. Badge number. I don't have to identify myself. You badge number. Badge number. I already gave it to you. It's on badge number. Identify.
It's at this point that you can see the video individual cross the line. The cop's just looking for a reason.
Yourself. You know I'm right. Identify yourself. Identify yourself. Right here, identify yourself. Right there. No. Identify yourself. Good boy. Identify yourself. Identify yourself.
Wow.
Good boy. Identify yourself. Thank you, bro. At least you do your job. Identify yourself, ma'am. Identify yourself, ma'am. You work for me. Identify yourself. Taxpayer money. Identify yourself. That's fine.
Okay. Let's see if we've got, it looks like we got one
Wow.
last chance here, folks. Is this going to be the one? No, this is just Chicago. This is coming to a Democrat city near you. You've got what is reported to be a suns out, kind of projectiles out situation brewing. This maybe could have been sabotage. I don't know. We're still looking into it. Emergency crews in Oklahoma battling out of control wildfires.
That's not good.
This is a post about a father trying to talk some sense into his daughter, who he is housing his daughter, also housing his grandchild.
Absolutely.
Okay,
I love my kids and my grandkids.
No, you push for a pedophile. Someone kicking out shit to people.
You're an idiot.
No, they're making you believe the immigrants are doing bad shit.
You're an idiot.
They say they're making you believe that the immigrants are doing the bad thing by entering into this country illegally in their first criminal act inside of this nation because they won't come through a channel of legal citizenship. That's the brainwashing that we are seeing.
You picked
I
on
haven't
the
been
top.
in houses my entire life.
Hard work. That's why
Okay, I'm about done with that, but folks, you can kind of see the direction. Here's the Iranian foreign minister.
The choice before us is clear. Either we dismantle nuclear weapons, or they will one day dismantle us. Together we can work to achieve a world free of nuclear weapons and international law. The choice before us
Not
is
till
clear.
Jesus returns.
Either we dismantle.
This shows that the world has reached the highest level of uncertainty in history. Even worse than COVID, even worse than the great financial crisis, even worse than the dot-com bubble, even worse than the Great Depression. Folks, if World War is not around the corner, then maybe we're not seeing that big mirror set up at the stop sign. We know what's happening. Get ready. Get prepared. Talk with your friends and family. Please share this video with friends and family. From mine to yours, please stay safe, remain vigilant, and keep watch.
We were girls and young women.
Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's Richie from Boston. Today's the 18th. It's February. Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's Richie from Boston. Today's the 18th.
We're almost done here.
February, and it's 2026. So this isn't going to be a very long video. I just wanted to put this out here to point out a few things that should be pretty self-evident to people that are paying attention. But there's a lot of things going on right now that don't look very good for you and I. Or, you know, in the greater scheme of things, maybe it's just time to go home. You think what I'm saying?
No, can I make?
But I don't know.
Go lay down, Nebula.
Shall we?
No, go lay down. This is so loud. I don't know why these intros are so loud.
Well, I told you that we were on the cusp of war. I told you that they dropped the 3 million Epstein files simply to distract people. And it was a way of Israel dropped the files, not our government. Think about Israel as our government, okay? If you can't get your mind around that, I don't know what to tell you. But Israel dropped the 3 million and threatened to drop the other 3 million that show everybody, you know what I mean? Unless the USA went to war with Iran. We've already got our ships out there. We've already got our jets out there. We're already ready to do it. And I told you once, and I'll tell you again, if we go to war with Iran, we go to war with China. Now, Richie, these guys are all part of the New World Order. Well, I don't think Iran's part of the New World Order. I don't think they're part of the deal whatsoever at all. I think Muslims are just used as useless idiots to create terror. You know what I mean? But them going to war with Iran, they're already saying, I would think twice about flying this weekend because our government can't keep a secret whatsoever at all. And the Times of Israel has also stated U.S.-Iran war could be imminent and take weeks. Sources warn after the latest nuclear talks. Well, the war won't take weeks. It'll take a long time. And here's what's going to happen.
Yep.
Okay? This weekend, Saturday, Sunday night, one of the two, all of a sudden, we'll start strikes and jet sorties will start flying. But what that'll also give the elites the opportunity to do, not only are they locking in the New World Order, getting rid of the one player that won't play ball, Iran, Venezuela, not only are they doing that, but now they're opening up plausible deniability. And when I say that, I mean, we've already seen this week, AWS, Amazon's web services, all those different web services went down. Everybody was down on Down Detector. And then YouTube went out.
Yep.
Last time YouTube went out, we disappeared afterwards. So they're getting ready to do that. They've used us for everything they need us for. So they're going to use it to, if they go to war with Iran, we're going to get hit with a cyber attack from Iran or China. But that's not accurate. It's going to be, well, you know what? It doesn't matter, but that's what they're going to say is going to happen. So
yep.
If you don't get your money out of the bank and turn it into gold and silver, at least get your money out of the bank and get small denominations. A stack of hundreds in a shit hits the fan scenario isn't going to help you whatsoever at all. You want 50s, 20s, 10s, 5s, and 1s, and you want coins. But here's the other fun thing. That paper won't mean shit. That's why I've been telling you for almost 2.5 years now, get your money out of the bank, turn it into gold and silver, have it sent to your house so you physically have it in your hand. If you don't have it, you don't have it. Period. I don't understand what people miss about this entire thing. If you think that the lights go out and everything happens and everyone's just there's going to be a light switch and we all fall dead to the ground, that's not what's going to happen. There's going to be a lot of suffering. There's going to be a lot of people with absolutely nothing. And those that have are going to have to deal with the have-nots. Do you see what I'm saying? So if you've got it, don't tell anybody. Most of my subscribers are pretty damn smart and they don't tell. And by. That just freaked me out. It just said something military police. It's a buddy of mine who lives down in Florida he's done one tour of duty. He's a combat veteran and he's also done 2 tours, but his second tour was a military police officer. And he recently got stopped at a gas station by ICE. ICE completely gave him the 1-2, where you
Everyone know.
blah, blah, blah. And he does have an accent, but he's an American citizen. He has a combat veteran license plate, which the police completely saw. But that's neither here nor there. I don't remember the story right now, but seeing military police on my phone, that just freaked me out. But whatever. I forget what I was saying, so I'm going to have to review all this again. But here's the fun part. They're getting ready to do this. And now you tie all this right here in. This isn't going to take weeks. It's going to take forever. It's going to be, we didn't finish the job in Iraq, and Iran's actually worse. You see what I mean? Them doing this is just all fear porn. And speaking of things flying in the sky, Donald Trump insiders claim that he's ready, as of a week ago, Trump's bombshell ready to go.
Be ready, you guys, because the Great World Deception is about to happen.
Okay, so here's the fun part. You need to remember this, and you need to never forget this, because this is for all the marbles. This is the great delusion.
Yep.
The president's going to come out and say there are aliens. That is going to change everything all around you. You and I know for a fact that there are no aliens. There are no people from outer space. It's not possible. Why do you think I
No, go lay down.
Goldco Because now you actually have something
Go on.
in hand worth value as opposed to paper or ones and zeros. And why do you think I've pushed this? Because if you've read this book and you've read your Bible and you understand biblical cosmology, you understand the shape of the earth. If you know what the firmament is, there is no way in the world there are going to be outer space aliens.
Take a bath.
Okay? So understand that.
My hair looks good. I really colored my hair, but I did a different color this time. And yes, I am going to let my hair grow out. I'm going to get a curling iron.
They got a lot of things to do. A lot of people need to go, and they need to take away all of our communications, etc. Lots of my subscribers have done the smart thing. They have been preparing slowly over the last couple of decades. They've been taking the words, the information that I've been putting out there, the links and the videos and the patents backing up.
Now that is freaking cool.
They've looked at that, and as rational human beings, without all the mainstream media noise in their ears, they've been preparing. But something a lot of people have been preparing with is buying books. Buying books, because with no electricity,
I got to start getting more homesteading books.
no videos, no nothing.
Yep. I got to get all our books.
Very smart book, because it'll keep reassuring you in times when the entire world.
Nebula, please go lay down. You have
Look
your
up.
food over there.
Aliens
Go
are
eat your
here.
food.
Look up to the skies. The aliens are here. You'll know they're not aliens.
What the heck? Why is it?
Suddenly, and all of a sudden, having to tell us that there's aliens means to me, are they getting ready to show us demons? Are they getting ready to show us fallen angels in some sort of robotic?
Very
form,
possible.
some sort of skin on there, presenting them to us as aliens? That could definitely be a fact, because I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
We haven't even pretended to go to the moon since 1972. But we still give NASA billions and billions of dollars. But those aren't the companies you should be watching out for. And I've been telling you that for almost 19 years. Companies like this have just been chugging along.
At least you can see the TV better in here, except for my clothes are in the way. I'm sorry, you guys. So I'm gonna have to really kick it up and really start doing a lot more videos, informational videos. I did the one last night. Sorry, this is so loud, you guys. Again, his certain videos that he plays during his videos are just really loud. Wait, right? This is not even saved. Okay, YouTube is doing something stupid. I don't know why I say that to greenhouses. It's actually a really good idea. Oh, he made bags for the inside of it. That is so cool.
The craziest thing, too, is they've been keeping everybody 100% distracted with the Guthrie disappearance. I don't even know who that is. I know who it is now, but I don't care. I'm sorry to say it, but every single solitary day, people go missing and they don't care. But if it's a rich person, front page news, etc., here's the fun thing. Whatever happens, Guthrie, the answer will lie in a Ring camera. There it is. There's the whole thing right there. Everyone needs a Ring camera now. That's all it's going to come down to. They've got everybody so wrapped up in the Epstein files that nobody's paying attention to what I'm trying to pay attention to right now. And this is coming right down the pike. War with Iran equals war with China. And their main defense, no, it's not even their main defense. I got to try. It's hard to keep the two separated.
No.
They're going to hit the United States over and over and over. That's what all of these have been. They've been testing, knocking out the major website providers, OpenAI, X, Verizon, Indeed, Claude AI, Amazon Web Services, etc. They're doing that all for a reason. They need to be testing, and they've been doing it for a good 18 months now. So this is coming down the pike, and they're going to blame it on Iran or China, when secretly it'll be them, as it always is. They're the same people behind everything. They've been keeping people distracted with the Epstein files. Here's the deal. If you happen to spend any time looking up pedophiles and predators, etc., it's everywhere. It's everywhere. It wasn't like that when I was a kid. It wasn't like that when I was in my late teens. It wasn't that when I was in my early 20s, but it's like that now. And you know where it came from? Because in my early 20s, the internet showed up. What was the first thing that showed up on the internet, coincidentally enough? PDF files. What a queer name, huh? What a strange name, PDF file. And what was on those PDF files? I've said this before, I'll say it again. They use the internet to literally use it in the trafficking that's been going on for time immemorial to normalize raping minors. Because the first things you would see on the internet was coding, and if you weren't a computer coder, ones and zeros.
Oh, Aaron's down here. He must be
The
getting his
only other thing
coffee.
the internet was good for
Heard
was
something weird in the
PDF
kitchen. I'm
files,
like, wait,
which
what's
was
he doing?
a 5-year-old pleasuring her father or whoever it was. And that stuff never came down. And what it did is it normalized it, because people saw that and thought, wow, I've always had really strange thoughts about my stepdaughter, my niece, my next door neighbor's little kid. But
A sore spot.
I thought I was
I was
crazy.
trying to.
People like that need to go. They need to go away. They don't deserve.
Hey,
to be
that every winter I get like a sore spot in one side or the other both sometimes. It was really bugging me. I was trying to make sure it like wasn't a thing. I wasn't picking my nose, I promise.
It is unbelievable how many we have right now, and it all came from the internet. The internet is evil, technology is evil, and we're about to see the final end game come to fruition, one way or the other. You need to try to endure to the end, but this is it. It's coming. It's coming. War with Iran, Persia, and China will be the end of the United States, because we can't handle it. We're not set up for that. We just blew our load of anti-aircraft and anti-drone missiles the first time we went after Iran, and we failed. America, we didn't fail. We failed. They backed us off. You know what I mean? Don't listen to what Trump says. Trump needs to be the one to bring out the spirits. Do you remember this video from when COVID happened?
What's going to happen? I really believe that there's something very good going to happen. We have to get back. So think of it as all
He said that after COVID was released on us, this horrible, horrible spell. He is a magician. There's a reason I've shown you this over the years, over and over and over and over again. He uses the terminology "Make America Great Again" or MAGA, and in every language it means magician, magical, witch, sorcerer, witch, magician, wizard, illusionist, magician, priest of the sun, magician, enchanter, and
headache.
Remember this one that I just couldn't stop quacking about? He's right. I have to say, Trump is a great magician, illusionist. He's got most of the Christians beguiled, along with so many others. At any rate, video's long enough.
Onion sauce.
Oh, it's humid here right now. I've already seen 6 alligators
Oh, tulips.
in the
Okay.
last hour, but whatever. Be ready. Be ready in every way you possibly can. Okay. Be ready in prayer. Hit your
Yep.
knees, pray to God, ask him what to do because you're going to need guidance because the delusion is going to be strong. You're
Yep.
going to be surrounded by it like it's never happened before. They're literally going to release demons, introduce demons, and call them aliens. Period.
Mhm.
I don't know how to feel about that, but all I know is that I'm getting ready. So should you. At any rate, we're cheap in Boston. For now, hopefully, I'm out and I'll be back. I hate the channels that just simply make up videos based on TikToks and everything, other videos, and they're like,
Yeah, same.
it's the laziest form of truth videos, and it's, whatever. But I'm going to do it right now because a friend of mine, Miguel Stefano, the author of the book Confusion in Christianity, Confusion in the Cosmos, sent me this. Now, he is a biblical scholar on many levels, and if he thinks this is worth something, I'm going to put it at the very end here. So let me know what you think. This might give us our actual real timetable, and if this is right, 2030 makes a lot of sense because Jesus is coming back very, very soon.
Yes,
And
he is.
I don't mean to say this, but there is no rapture.
Nope.
You have to endure to the end. Keep in Boston. Come on.
This is a standard
Jesus
Holy
said it.
Bible. It has the Old Testament,
Okay.
New Testament, and the Apocrypha. It was made in 1818. From Adam unto Christ are 3,974 years, 6 months, and 10 days. And from the birth of Christ unto this present year is 1815. Then the whole sum and number of years from the beginning of the world unto this present year of our Lord God 1815
Thought this was really interesting.
5,789 years, 6 months, and the said odd 10 days. And it was the creation of 4004 BC. Here's my 1863 Cassell Publishing House Bible. And again, right at the front, the creation date is 4004 BC. 4004 BC, the date of creation, to the year that they were writing or editing the Bible, 1815, was 5,789 years, 6 months, and 10 days. And since then, it's been 211 years. 2026 is the 6,000th year.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Fear Files. Today, I am bringing
Sorry, guys.
9 of the most disturbing.
I think I am gonna end this video on that. Let me know what you guys think on that. I watched that video itself. I think that's really interesting, especially since it's in the Bible timeline itself. Let me know what you think. And here's really dark. I can't get it right because it's on the live camera. Yeah, it's pretty dark. Pretty dark, but I used burgundy this time. So you can still see the red underneath it.
I like it.
But I went a little different. But yeah, let me know what you think on that. I think it's pretty interesting. Like I said, especially since it's in the Bible itself, included in the timeline. Jesus is coming back very soon. Very soon. What in the world? So, but yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and end this on that. I was gonna try to finish that painting on the live, but it's already like going on 2 hours, so I'm gonna get off from here. I may still wait until tomorrow Do I have to go to Mason tomorrow? I'll get that painting finished by this weekend. I just don't know if just a couple hours is enough. I mean, it might be. There's some stuff I really got to work on for my for us, for Faith First, is why I'm saying. Designate my Tuesdays and Wednesdays for painting. Days that I have off, because I don't know. And I was really, really tired. I ended up falling asleep. I feel like I wasted my whole day yesterday, and I'm really, really mad at myself about it. But I will get back out there. So check out the other video that I did yesterday or the other day when I was out in the garden. Pretty happy with the progress. We are gonna have to cut up the leaves. I'm gonna have to make a leaf compost. Hey.
Hello, how are you?
All right, just finishing up my video.
Let's go to that health thing yesterday.
No. I was too tired to drive out there.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, I was too tired to drive out there.
Yeah.
Plus, I'm trying to figure out my money, and I've got to try to see what I can do about a couple of my bills that I got to get paid.
Which bills is that?
One of them is my car insurance.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Woof. Yeah, I'm just working on finishing up the video.
What video is that?
My live.
Your first farm?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. So what kind of things are you talking about this time?
I had quite a few videos that I was going through. I was just talking about like stuff I was doing in the garden the other day.
Yeah.
I have to go through and cut up the leaves that we put on the garden so far. It's going to take probably double what we thought it was going to take. Double, triple, because we have to cut them up. And I have to mix together, basically it's a compost tea kind of thing that's supposed to like help the leaves and stuff break down a lot faster and actually turn the leaves and everything into compost, into the garden soil. So, and I really need to be able to do that because I need that good soil for the garden. So.
Right, yeah.
But that's what I'm going to end up having to do, and I'm going to have to sit down. I got to figure out how to figure out other things for us as far as getting things done. I've got to try to figure out a timeline.
Yeah.
I'm having to figure out certain days that I'm going to be doing what, like, especially my paintings. I'm probably going to have to designate at least one full day to doing nothing but my paintings. Because I've got to be able to get paintings done. I've got to be able to work on bigger paintings, especially if I'm going to be selling those and, being able to use the money towards expanding Faith First. I'll talk more about that in another video.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that's kind of what's going on, and I'm going to get off from here. I'm going to get off from this video and try to work on a timeline for us. So, not real great at that, but I'm going to try to get it figured out. So, I will see you guys on the next one, and make sure you check your subscriptions, because YouTube is at it again. They're being stupid, taking away subscribers from homesteading channels. Again, it's just because they don't like the content. Sorry. It's just because they don't like the content. I swallowed wrong. But keep an eye on your subscriptions. Make sure you check out that notification bell and click on the all to make sure you get all the notifications. Like and share the videos. Sorry, guys. I swallowed my spit wrong.
Oops.
Nothing like choking on your own spit.
That don't sound good either.
My nephew Matthew used to joke around about his mom when she was around that she could trip on air and fall up the stairs and choke on air.
Who's
Linda.
Matthew?
Matthew, Linda's son. Yeah.
Yeah.
But he wasn't too far off with Linda.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Have you heard from him much?
No, I text him once in a while. He texts back when he can. He works a lot too, so
Yeah.
I've talked to him before.
Chloe's contacted him. He knows about her wedding. By the way, the wedding date has changed. It is July 18th instead of September 24th.
So
So
next year?
no, it's this year, July 18th instead of September 24th. Yeah.
Oh.
March, April, May, June, July. 5 months from now.
Yeah.
Today's the 19th, so yeah, 5 months exactly from yesterday.
Yeah.
Anyway, like I said, I'm gonna end this live stream and like and share the videos, you guys. Get them out there. Get this information out there because we're coming right down to the wire. Everybody needs this information. Remember to do your preps, do your chores, do your research, have fun with your family, board games, anything that you don't need electricity for. Learn how to have fun without electricity and get those books, do that research, get your gardens planned, get your homestead started, be ready to have to be self-sufficient because that's the only way we're going to get through this. So I will see you guys in the next video. And remember to like and share the videos, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye, guys.
I didn't know you were on video.
Sorry.